The hard part is over. That's what an idiot would say because it's a false statement. In fact, the game is about to ramp up and not stop until the very, very end. We faced 11 bosses so far, spread out and each tucked away in their own individual dungeon. But this time, we are looking at a hive of bosses, each equally as strong as the others, and not just that, but their environment contains unique beasts that were, up until recently, buried under tons and tons of dirt. I'm talking about the nuisance of the desert, the malicious mole men, the not-so-rat pack, the third strongest of the bunch, the Guardian Diggers. Unlike last episode, when we were a good 2-minute walk between baddies, this time we're hiking halfway around the world. There's a lot of land to cover, so let's not waste time. After defeating the Trillion Age Sprout, and after checking out the third sanctuary, make sure to heal up and rest in the hotel. Say goodbye to Mr. Saturn's and make your way back to Threed. As you pass through the Grapefruit Falls area, know that the enemies, like in Peaceful Rest Valley, are still hostile and will try to kill you. Avoid them at all costs. They still aren't worth fighting. Pass through the now abandoned catacombs and back up through the graveyard ladder. There you are greeted by nice people of Threed who will have finally left their homes and are excited to shake your hand. Take some time and explore the city there. There are a few houses to go inside, and each NPC has some new dialogue. After you've had your fill of making new friends, head to the east-facing bus stop, pay your $6 and take a ride. Shortly after you embark and enter the desert, you're greeted by the business end of a traffic jam, a seamlessly endless one. So you'll either exit the bus or turn yourself around and head back the way you came. Stop off and save and get supplies, and then depart north through the hot desert. Now, I don't want to linger on the desert because this is a boss video, but I will do a quick round of things to look out for. First and most important is to avoid the enemies by circling the outside of the map rather than walking straight through the middle. Along the outside track, you'll find one of the game's most important items, Cup of Life Noodles. And on the path there, you'll also find a couple of double burgers. Hold on to at least one of those. Second thing to look for is a contact lens which appears towards the northern part of the map. You can use this in a storyline a little bit later. The third thing to look for is the second most experience-giving enemy in the game, the Criminal Caterpillar. They're a little green bug that moves quicker than normal and will always run away from you. Watch out for it and always pursue it. They have 30,000 experience points and will insta-lose 9 out of 10 times. They don't spawn all that often, but keep an eye out for sure. And the fourth thing you need to be aware of is sunstroke. If you see the screen flashing red, make sure to heal Alpha once you notice so you don't lose track. It takes 2 HP every flash. Now that's generally all you'll need for the desert. Of course, there are more presents and people and a couple of single pixels you can talk to, but we'll leave that for another episode. Once you've made it to the far east side of the desert, head south and you'll find a cabin and an excavator before you get back to the road. Head inside and take a nap and regain your strength and save. Then head back outside. Talk to the fella in the excavator. He'll ask for food, so give him one of those double burgers, or something cheaper if you have it. Once you've fed him, you're free to head out of the desert and towards your first big city in the game, Fourside. Fourside is its own unique map, separate from every other place you'll see. For one, it's built on angles. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because the Moonside later plays into that. Maybe because four sides of a parallelogram. Who knows? Maybe it's just because the giant buildings are so big, it's the only way you can view them. Either way, it's cool looking. You'll have the department store, a business building called the Monotoli Building, he runs the town, a bar or cafe, a bakery, a hospital, a museum, and a theater. You'll need each one of these buildings in this town at some point. First, head to the bakery in the southeast corner of the map. Heading to the second floor, talk to the man, and give him the contact lens you found. He'll be so thankful on behalf of his grandmother, and give you a pair of dirty socks. These are a one-time use offensive item that can freeze an enemy. It was a cool little side mission. After that, head to the Topola Theater and buy a ticket to the show. Talk to the manager like in Tucson, and she'll tell you that the Runaway Five are under her control. This time they are $1 million in debt and must once again work until they are paid off. I have no idea how they've done this. They are literally the worst businessmen, good musicians, mind you, but horrible with money. After you speak to the manager, head inside the main auditorium, cut across the way to the backstage room, catch up with your buddies, and leave again to watch their show. Once you've done that, head back to the desert shack where you fed the man earlier. When you return, you'll see that the ground is all dug up and there's a cave now presented. When you talk to the man, he'll tell you that there is a series of beasts that have filled the caves, and it's our job to conquer it. Heal up and save before starting the section. Now, I would like to announce something. If this is your first time through, or maybe if you don't remember, and it's a warning. If a party member dies in the cave, anywhere in the desert, you'll have to walk all the way back to Fourside. So preserve life as best as you can. Take your time, because there's a lot of steps between those two things. Okay, now you've entered the domain of the Guardian Diggers, the trickiest dungeon in maybe the whole game. It's a maze, it's relentless, and it's packed full of poisonous enemies. Lucky for you, I have a map just made for you specifically to follow and help you get through the twisted paths in the best way. Once inside, head north all the way until you run into a ladder. You'll most likely see a poisonous snake or two. Heal from your poison as soon as possible if you're bitten. Take the ladder and you will encounter your first mole. This Guardian Digger is the third strongest mole in the bunch, so watch out. He is powered by a physical shield, so any physical attacks you send will be sent back at half strength, so be careful. The Guardian Digger can dash, claw, and tear into you, each causing serious damage. They also have the ability to heal up to 120 HP, best to kill him quick. When fighting each mole, this needs to be the strategy. Ness will be your primary healer, though you may get lucky and get a smash that cancels out the mole's physical shield. You should defend or use offensive items if you have them. You can also use flash and it'll hurt the moles, but keep in mind that you may need to heal a lot during this dungeon run, so save your PP. Jeff is similar to Ness. If you have offensive items, use them, but mainly defend and stay below the radar. Paula will be your main powerhouse in these caves, so keep her alive. It will take 2 rounds of freeze beta to kill the moles, so plan on that being your way to defeat each one. Defend or heal, freeze beta, defend or heal, for 2 rounds. Then collect your prizes from the Guardians and continue on to the next stop. Once you finish your first mole, continue west, climbing the ladder. Follow the path all the way down until it loops back up and you will find the fork in the road. Take a left where you reach the heart of the cave, where the exit mice reside. Say hello to them. Then, take the bottom path until it ends, and there you will encounter your second mole. This Guardian Digger is the third strongest mole in the bunch, so watch out. He is powered by a physical shield, so any physical attacks you send will be sent back at half strength, so be careful. The Guardian Digger can dash, claw, and tear into you, each causing serious damage. They also have the ability to heal up to 120 HP, best to kill him quick. Once you leave your second mole, double back the way you came and go back to the heart of the cave. Say hello to the mice once again, then head up until you dead end into your third mole encounter. This Guardian Digger is the third strongest mole in the bunch, so watch out. He is powered by a physical shield, so any physical attacks you send will be sent back at half strength, so be careful. The Guardian Digger can dash, claw, and tear into you, each causing serious damage. They also have the ability to heal up to 120 HP, best to kill him quick. Once you leave your third mole, double back to the heart of the cave, greet the exit mice, and head to the left and go down. After a short walk, you will arrive at your fourth mole encounter. This Guardian Digger is the third strongest mole in the bunch, so watch out. He is powered by a physical shield, so any physical attacks you send will be sent back at half strength, so be careful. The Guardian Digger can dash, claw, and tear into you, each causing serious damage. They also have the ability to heal up to 120 HP, best to kill him quick. After your battle, head back to the direction you came, but keep going north past the heart of the cave. The path will dead end at a ladder. Take it and follow that path until the end, where you will find your fifth and final mole. This Guardian Digger is the third strongest mole in the bunch, so watch out. He is powered by a physical shield, so any physical attacks you send will be sent back at half strength. The Guardian Digger can dash, claw, and tear into you, each causing serious damage. Once you defeated the final mole, the music will change and you'll hear the Dusty Dunes theme. Feel free to wander through the cave freely now and collect the remaining items. There are a few nice ones scattered about. This might be the only dungeon that doesn't have any enemies after the bosses are defeated. Please say goodbye to the exit mice on the way out, especially if you've used one of their sons to navigate the way out. And there you go. You'll make a best friend and the cave digger guy, and you're on your way to freeing the Runaway Five yet again. Now on your way back to the city, you'll be stopped by the excavator operator who will give you a diamond they found. But we'll cover that part in the next episode. And looking at my sheet, it seems to be no other than a very odd little creature, the department store spook. See you then. Thanks for watching, everybody. This is one of my favorite dungeons growing up because it took me about a week, I think a full week, to get through it. Now, unlike those days, today took me half an hour from start to finish. But if you want to check out another boss video, the left link will take you there. If you want to see another Earthbound related video, that right one will get you what you need. And as always, later days.